James 1:17 says that God is the Father of lights and that from him every good gift comes. What a beautiful passage of scripture. God is a gift giver and he loves doing it. And I believe that it's in his presence where we discover the gifts that he's given and the gifts that he wants to make us aware, he wants to bring into our lives. So I'm going to share a little bit in this video about that very topic, which hopefully will inspire and encourage you. And at the end of this video, I'm going to link to another one that will have some more sharing from the Bible, as well as a personal story and just a short meditation and prayer at the end to lead you into the presence of Jesus, to listen to him around that very topic. So I'm going to go back a few years, go back to 2003. I had experiences, I should say, where I heard God in multiple ways about going to work for a ministry in Los Angeles. At the time, I was in corporate America. I was living in Denver, Colorado. I wasn't so keen on my job. I was definitely wanting to be in ministry, but I also loved Colorado, still do. And I could not imagine leaving Colorado. In fact, I remember at that time telling many people that I hoped that I would, live the rest of my days there and die there. And I'd also sworn in my life once that I would never move to California. And God started speaking to me about moving to go and work for this ministry. And he spoke in so many different ways, in dreams and divine coincidences, through scripture, others praying for me, felt like it was right. There were so many different ways that he confirmed it, that if I didn't go, I knew that I was actually going to be in disobedience. And so I went. And in one way, I was so excited because I so wanted to be in ministry. And I was so excited that this was going to be my first foray into it. And it was wonderful. But here was what was amazing is, as a result of having listened to God, there was an unexpected gift that he had for me in the process. And I had no idea how special it would be. But I happened to move to Santa Monica, California, and my little sister lived in Manhattan Beach. And she and I are really close, and we had not lived near each other for a long time. And what was so beautiful about the time that I lived there, it ended up only being, I think, like a year and a half. But in the time that I was there, she and I saw each other nearly every single weekend. Not long after I got there, she actually got engaged, and I was her maid of honor. And I ended up being able to just be 100% a part of every bit of that. I was able to go dress shopping with her. I threw her shower. We just did all of the wedding preparation together in terms of designing menu cards and all these things. And it was so beautiful. I had no idea that one of the most beautiful gifts of that particular season is to be near her in that time. And so here it was, like God, it's amazing to me the way that God kind of weaves together these mosaic of things, because I was right where I needed to be in terms of ministry. I was right where I needed to be in terms of obeying him for what he had for my life. But also he was giving me the most incredible gift of being able to be near my sister and at such a special time in her life, and just a beautiful time of us growing even closer to one another. Now, going on from there, I said I was only there for a year and a half. Well, the ministry that I was working for moved to Moravian Falls, North Carolina, and Doug Addison was a leader of this ministry, and he came to me and said, "Hey, if you want to come with us, you're welcome to come, but I know it's a big move. You need to pray." And so I prayed and spent time with God, just listening to God. And my questions were very direct questions, like, do you want me to move to Moravian Falls? And I wasn't getting any answers. And I was really frustrated because, there was a kind of a quick decision that needed to be made. And finally I was like, God, like, I've been talking to you. Why aren't you answering me? And I felt like he said, when you ask me the right question, I will answer. And I was like, well, what's the right question? And the sense that I had was that I needed to ask him, like, have I done what you've asked me to do in terms of working for Doug's ministry? Because that is what he sent me there to do. And I remembered a prophetic father of mine saying, absent God giving you new revelation, you go with the last thing that he said to do. And as that came to my heart and to my spirit, I was pretty sure I was supposed to move to Moravian Falls. So I moved to Moravian Falls, and the reason why I did is not just because of that conversation with God, but when I visited, there were several ways that God spoke to me that I was supposed to be there, in terms of dreams that I had, where two people who lived there welcomed me with open arms and said, I love you. I didn't know them, but I knew that they lived there. I just made connections with people while I was there. I felt the peace of God while I was there. Also, too, pretty wildly, I was driving from Charlotte Airport to Moravian Falls, and it was crazy. I was driving about 72 miles an hour on the highway, and at seven different butterflies landed on my windshield at 7 different times, meaning one butterfly at a time. So one butterfly and then it flew away, one butterfly and then it flew away, and right in my vision. Now, if that were a dream, butterflies usually mean transformation, new things coming, new life, all those things. And when the first one landed, I thought it was cool. And the second one landed, I thought it was cool. By the 7th time, I was like, God, I think this is you speaking. And I just had a feeling like this is the new thing that God wanted to do. And, for the purpose of this story, what I will just share is that there were so many unexpected gifts from that move too. I met friends who were absolutely amazing, who are still amazing friends today, friends there who led me to connection with I Ran Alive, who I now partner with in ministry, prophetic father who became, and mom who I became close to. I mean, there were just so many wonderful things that happened while I was there that I had no idea were going to happen. So as we spend time in God's presence, he leads us to discover unexpected gifts. Now, I'm going to link to another video right now to share with you just more encouragement about this very thing, and I hope you'll watch it. I just want to bless you and encourage you to spend time with God, listen to him, spend time in his presence, ask him what gifts he's brought into your life and what other gifts he might want to bring into your life that he's preparing you for.